Hello there, Berks County Quarantine Open Mic, and welcome to your second half of Children's Hour today. I hope you really enjoyed listening to Joe Mercer for the first half of our Children's Hour. I know that I did, and Mama Hornberger is sitting here in the Hornberger house dining room with me too, and she was listening in. So, welcome to Stories and Songs with Jessie again, and today I will be starting another Junie B. Jones book. It's called Junie B. Jones and Her Big Fat Mouth. I found, I can't take credit for that. My mom, Mama Hornberger, actually found a ton of these Junie B. Jones books that she used to read to me and my younger sister in our basement recently. Of course, with all of us being quarantined, we have more time to clean out and do spring cleaning, so I'm glad that she was able to find these wonderful books because I know that they really made my childhood very happy, and we enjoyed, me, Mom, and my younger sister Amanda, reading these books together. So hope you enjoy. I'm going to read the first half of Junie B. Jones and Her Big Fat Mouth. Chapter 1. Punishment. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't really like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I go to kindergarten. My room is named Room 9. There are lots of rules in that place, like no shouting, no running in the hall, no butting the other children in the stomach with your head. I think that's an important rule. Here she is, Miss Junie B. My teacher's name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's all. Last week, Mrs. clapped her loud hands together. Then she made announcement to us. Announcement is the school word for telling us something very important. Boys and girls, may I have your attention, please, she said. Today is going to be a special day in Room 9. We're going to be talking about different careers you can have when you grow up. Yeah, only guess what, I said. I never even heard of that dumb word careers before, and so I won't know what the heck we're talking about. Mrs. made squinty eyes at me. A career is a job, Junie B., she said, and please raise your hand before you speak. Then Mrs. talked some more about careers, and she said Monday was going to be called Job Day. And everybody in Room 9 would come to school dressed up like what kind of job they wanted to be. After that, Room 9 was very excited, except for not me, because I had a big problem, that's why. Yeah, only guess what, I said. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And so that means I can't come to school on Monday, and now I'll probably flunk kindergarten. Hooray, shouted a mean boy named Jim. I made a fist at him. How'd you like a big knuckle sandwich for you, big fat Jim, I shouted right back. Mrs. came over to my table. She bended down next to me. Please, Junie B., you simply must try to control yourself better in class. We've talked about this before, remember? Yes, I said nicely, only I hate that dumb guy. Just then my bestest friend Lucille, who sits next to me, stood up and fluffed her ruffly dress. I always control myself, don't I, teacher, she said. That's because my Nana taught me to act like a little lady, and so Junie B. Jones should act more like me. I made a growly face at her. I do act like a little lady, you dumb bunny, Lucille. And don't say that again, or I'll knock you on your can. Mrs. did a frown on me. Just kidding, I said very quick. Except for Mrs. kept on frowning. And then she gave me a punishment. Punishment is the school word for sitting at a big table all by yourself. And everybody keeps staring at you, and it makes you feel like P.U. And that's how I put my head down on the table, and I covered it up with my hands. 'cause punishment takes the friendly right out of you. And so at recess, I didn't speak to Lucille, and I didn't speak to my other bestest friend named Grace either. I just sat down in the grass all by myself, and I watched Janitor paint the litter cans. And I played with a stick and an ant, and that's all. I hate room 9, I said very grumpily. Except for just then I saw something very wonderful in the grass, and its name was 2 Cherry Lifesavers. Hey, I love those guys, I said. Then I quick picked one up and I blowed off the germs and I put it right in my mouth. Wait! Don't do that, shouted a loud voice at me. Spit that out, right now. I turned my head. It was Janitor. He was running at me speedy quick. His jingly keys were jangling all over the place. Spit that out, he yelled again. And so then I spit the Cherry Lifesaver on the ground, because the guy was scaring me. That's why. Janitor bent down next to me. I didn't mean to frighten you, sis, he said, but I spotted a bunch of dirty candy in the grass, and I was going to clean it up when I finished painting. He looked serious at me. Don't you ever eat anything that you find on the ground, do you hear? Not ever. But I blowed off the germs, I told him. Janitor shook his head. You can't blow germs off, he said. Eating things that you find on the ground is very, very dangerous. Then Janitor picked up the dangerous candy. Now run along and play, he said. I did a big sigh. Yeah, only I can't, I said, 'cause I shot off my big fat mouth in kindergarten, and then I got punishment. And now I hate my bestest friend, Lucille. Janitor smiled a little bit sad. Life is hard sometimes, isn't it, sis? He said. I bobbed my head up and down. Yes, I said, life is P.U. Then Janitor patted my head and he walked away. And so guess what? I just like Janitor, and that's all. Chapter 2, The Cop and Dr. Smiley. When we came in from recess, Mrs. was clapping her loud hands together again. Boys and girls, please take your seats quickly. I've got a wonderful surprise for you. Then I got very excited inside my stomach, because surprises are my most favorite things in the whole world. Is it jelly donuts? I shouted. Mrs. put her finger to her lips. That means, be quiet. Yeah, only guess what? Jelly donuts are my most favorite kind of donuts, except I also like the creamy kind, and the chocolate kind, and the kind with the rainbow sprinkles on top. After that, my mouth got very watery, and some drool fell on the table. I wiped it up with my sweater sleeve. Just then there was a knock on the door. Mrs. hurried to open it. Hey, it's a cop, I hollered, very excited. The cop came into room 9. He had on a blue shirt with a shiny badge and shiny black boots and a shiny white motorcycle helmet. Mrs. smiled. Boys and girls, I would like you to meet my friend, Officer Mike. Officer Mike is a policeman. Who can tell me what policemen do? I can, I called out. They arrest people, 'cause one time some cops arrested a guy on my street, and so that means they made him take a nap, I think. And then that Jim I hated laughed really loud. They didn't arrest him, stupid, he hollered. They arrested him. That means they took him to jail, and so your neighbor's a dirty, rotten jailbird. Then the other kids laughed too, and so I hided my head. Yeah, only I hardly even know the guy, I said to just myself. After that, Officer Mike took off his shiny white helmet, and he told us some other stuff that cops do, like give our dads speeding tickets and arrest drunk guys. Also, he let us play with his handcuffs and his shiny white helmet, except for the helmet was way too big for my head, and it covered my whole entire eyes. Hey, who turned out the lights? I said. Because that was a funny joke, of course. Then another knock came at the door. This time it was a lady in a long white jacket. She was carrying a giant red toothbrush. Boys and girls, this is Dr. Smiley, said Mrs. Dr. Smiley is a children's dentist. Dr. Smiley hung up some posters of teeth. Then she talked all about Mr. Tooth Decay. And she said to brush our teeth at night and also in the morning. Yeah, 'cause if you don't brush in the morning, your breath smells like stink, I said. After that, I showed Dr. Smiley my wiggling tooth. Losing baby teeth is exciting, isn't it? She asked. Yes, I said, except for I don't like the part where you cry and spit up blood. Dr. Smiley made a sick face. Then she passed out minty green dental floss, and all the kids in room 9 practiced flossing. Flossing is when you pull strings through your mouth. Only pretty soon an accident happened. That's because a boy named William winded his floss too tight, and his teeth and head got in a tangled knot ball, and Dr. Smiley couldn't undo him. Then Mrs. had to call janitor Speedy Quick, and so he run to room 9, and he shined his giant flashlight in William's mouth. And then Dr. Smiley got the dangerous floss right out of there. Room 9 clapped and clapped. Dr. Smiley did a bow. Then Mrs. said that maybe some of us might like to dress up like dentists or police officers for job day. Yeah, only what if you don't like drunk guys or bloody teeth, I asked. Mrs. rolled her eyes way up to the ceiling. Then she walked Officer Mike and Dr. Smiley out into the hall. That's when room 9 started buzzing really loud. Buzzing is what you do when your teacher leaves the room. I'm going to dress up like an actress on job day, said a girl named Emily. I'm going to dress up like a princess, said my bestest friend Lucille, that I hate. I did a giggle. I am going to dress up like a bullfighter, I said. Then I ran speedy fast around the room, and I butted that mean Jim in the stomach with my head. And guess what? I didn't even get caught. That's what. Chapter 3, Me and My Big Fat Mouth. After school was over, me and my bestest friend named Grace walked to the bus together, except for that Grace kept on wanting to skip, and I didn't. How come you don't want to skip, she said. Me and you always skip to the bus. I know, Grace, I said, but today I've got a very big problem inside my head, and it's called I still don't know what job I want to be when I grow up. I do, said that Grace. I'm going to be Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. I did a big sigh at her. Yeah, only too bad for you, Grace, I said, 'cause there's only one real live Mickey Mouse, and you're not him. That Grace laughed very hard. Mickey isn't real, silly. He's just a mouse suit with a guy inside, she said. And so just then I felt very sickish inside my stomach, 'cause I didn't know Mickey was a suit. That's why. What did you have to tell me that for, Grace? I said, real upset. Now I feel very depressed. Then I hurried up on the bus, and I scooted way over by the window. Except I couldn't get any peace and quiet, 'cause everybody kept on talking about dumb old job day. I'm going to be a famous singer, said a girl named Rose. I'm going to be a famous baton twirler, said another girl named Linny. Then a girl named Charlotte said she was going to be a famous painter. Famous painters are called artists, she explained, and artists are very rich. After that, I felt a little bit cheerier, because guess what? Grandma Miller says I paint beautifully, that's what. Hey, maybe I'll be a famous painter too, I said. I'm going to be a prison guard, said a boy named Roger. My Uncle Roy is a prison guard, and he gets to carry the keys for the whole entire prison. Then my mouth did a smile, because one time my dad gave me the key to the front door, and I unlocked it all by myself, and I didn't even need any help. Hey, maybe I might carry keys too, Roger, I said, because I know how to use those things very good. Just then William raised his hand very bashful. I am going to be a superhero and save people from danger, he said. And so then I jumped right out of my seat, because that was the bestest idea of all. Me too, William, I hollered, because that sounds very exciting, I think, and so I'm going to save people from danger too. Then that mean Jim jumped up at me. Copycat, copycat, you're just copying everybody else, And anyway, you can't be 3 jobs. You can only be 1. I made a growly face at him. I am just being 1 job, I said, very angry. It's a special kind of job where you paint and you unlock stuff and you save people. So there, ha-ha on you. That Jim made a cuckoo sign at me. Junie, he said, Junie B. Jones. There's no such job like that in the whole entire universe. Yes, there is. There is too, you big fat Jim, I yelled. And it's the bestest job in the whole wide world. Junie B's getting in a lot of fights with people in this book. He crossed his arms and did a mean smile. Okay, then what's the name of it, he said. Then the bus got very quiet, and everybody kept on waiting and waiting for me to say the name of my job, except for I just couldn't think of anything. And so my face got very reddish and hottish, and I felt like P.U. again. See, told ya, said that mean Jim. There is no such job. Told ya, told ya, told ya. After that, I sat down very quiet and I stared out the window, 'cause the sickish feeling was back inside my stomach again. That's why. Me and my big fat mouth. Chapter 4. Dumb Ollie. I got off the bus at my corner, then I run to my house speedy quick. Help! Help! I'm in big trouble, I yelled to Mother, 'cause I accidentally shot off my big fat mouth on the bus, and now I have to paint and unlock stuff and save people from danger? Only what kind of stupid dumb job is that? Back here, called Mother. Back here means the nursery. The nursery is the place where my new baby brother named Ollie lives. I ran there my very fastest. Mother was rocking Ollie in the rocking chair, and he was a little bit sleepy. I need to talk to you very bad, I shouted some more, 'cause I did a big fib, and now I don't know how to get out of it. Just then Ollie waked up. He started crying very much. Great, said Mother very growly. Yeah, only sorry, but I'm upset here, I explained. Ollie screeched louder and louder. His voice sounded like a scratchy sore throat. Mother put him on her lap, then she rubbed the sides of her forehead with her fingers. That's 'cause she had a migraine headache, I think. You're just going to have to wait until I get the baby settled again, she said, still grumpy. Yeah, only I can't wait, 'cause Mother butted in. Not now, Junie B. I'll be out to talk to you as soon as I can. Now please go. Then she pointed at the door. Pointing means O-U-T. Darn it, I said. Darn it, darn it, darn it. 'Cause that dumb old baby takes up all of my mother's time, and he's not even that interesting. He doesn't know how to roll over or sit up or play Chinese checkers. He is a dud, I think. I would like to take him back to the hospital, but Mother said no. After I left the nursery, I went outside in my front yard. Then I sat in the grass all by myself, and I played with a stick and another ant. Only this stupid ant bited me, and so I had to drop a rock on his head. Finally, my daddy's car came into the driveway, and my heart got very happy. Daddy's home, hooray, hooray, I yelled. Then I ran to him and he picked me up and I gave him my most biggest hug. I'm very glad to see you, I said, 'cause on Monday I have to dress up like what job I want to be, except for I accidentally said I'm going to paint and save people and carry lots of keys. Only what kind of dumb bunny job is that? My daddy put me down. His eyebrows looked confused at me. Can we talk about this at dinner, he asked. No, I said. We have to talk right now, 'cause I've already waited all I can, and I'm getting tension in me. Well, I'm afraid you're just going to have to wait a little while longer, said Daddy, because right now I've got to see if your mother needs help with the baby. Then he did a kiss on my head, and he walked right into the house. And guess what? Sometimes I wish that stupid, dumb Ollie never even came to live with us. All right. That is halfway through our story of Junie B. Jones and her big fat mouth. So, as always, It's not called Stories and Songs with Jessie for nothing. I've got a song ready for you here. This song, yeah, I just for some reason have really been thinking a lot about rainbows since it's springtime, so I thought that it would be great to sing for you the Rainbow Connection today. Hope you enjoy. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Oh, we know that it's probably magic. You've been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that called the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La, 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 la. All right. That was really nice, wasn't it? Okay. I think that probably, yep, I've got 7 minutes, but yeah, that's all that I got for you for songs, stories and songs with Jessie today on our Berks County Quarantine Open Mic Children's Hour. I hope you enjoyed. Next time I'll be on, I'll finish up our story. At least that Junie B. Jones ones. I have plenty more Junie B. Jones stories to bring to you, thanks to Mama Hornberger, because she found them all hiding in our basement there. So, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and please stay tuned for, in the evenings every day, Berks County Quarantine's open mic acts, and tune in every day from 2 to 3 for the Berks County Quarantine Open Mics Children's Hours like this one. Thanks again. Bye-bye, everyone.